Hey guys! So today during reading, I'm going to let you know what your job is going to be when you are working today. So our focus in reading today is I can use what I know about characters to describe a real person based on their actions. And remember, an action is a thing that characters or real people do. So we're going to be thinking about our person that we're studying in biographies today to think about what type of person is this person. And we know that we decide that based off of dialogue, things that people say, and their actions. Again, things that people do. So for example, what you're going to do is you're going to need your reading notebook. So if you don't have your reading notebook out to a clean page at this point, you're going to want to press pause on our video. And if you do have your notebook or you're unpaused, this is what your notebook's going to look like. You're going to put your person's name at the top, and then you're going to list a couple of that person's actions based off of what you find in their book, in your biography book or the site you're using to research. So the action that Drew Brees did that I wanted to focus on, it says that he worked hard after he was injured so that he could play football again. So during Drew Brees' first time playing in the NFL, he played for the Chargers, and he was seriously injured to the point where people thought he would never play football again. He was told that he probably would never heal correctly and that his career was probably over. So he ended up working really hard and training really hard and focusing on his healing so that he could play again. And he did go on to play for the New Orleans Saints for many, many years. And so because of that, you can see my actions up here, he worked hard after he was injured so that he could play football again. Based on that action that I have read and learned about him, I decided to describe him as dedicated. And you can see that right there. That word is dedicated. That means that he was very committed and hardworking towards that one goal of being able to play football again. He didn't just give up because people told him that it was impossible. So the first way I would describe Drew Brees is that he's dedicated. So underneath that, you can see that I pulled out a second action. So your goal today is to pick out two actions and tell me two describing words for your person based off of their actions. So again, I used the information strictly that he worked so hard after he was injured so he could play football again to be able to call him a dedicated person. So my second action is that he started the Brees Dream Foundation to help people in need. So in class, we kind of read about this together. So Drew Brees does have his own charity, the Brees Dream Foundation, where he helps his community and helps people in need. And based off of that action right there, I said that he is compassionate. So compassionate is one of those character traits that we learned about during our character unit. We said that Opal and the preacher were both very compassionate because they're very caring about other people. So Drew Brees having his own dream foundation is definitely a way of showing that he cares about others and he wants to help other people. So as you can see on my notebook, this is what your notebook should look like by the end of reading today. You should have your person at the top. You should have one action that you've picked out and then a describing word for that person. And your goal is to then pick out a second action that you know about them that they've done, and then come up with that second describing word. So those are your goals for today. And I want to remind you that your person has done several actions. You've done several actions just today. So you want to pick out two very important actions and ones that really tell us a lot about the person. We can't just say that Drew Brees is cool. I can't just say he's nice. I have to actually have information that guides me towards the specific type of way I could describe him as a person. So this is your job for today. Feel free to pause here and leave this on your screen so you can see my example, or leave it in a tab where you can pull it back up if you're using your Chromebook for your research. And feel free to rewind at any time if you forget what you're supposed to be doing. But by the end of reading today, this is what I want to see on your notebook.